What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new vlog. Today we are going to be prepping a car for Gatlinburg. Obviously I've done this trip for the past 2-3 years. The first year I did not film it, but the past two I have, and it's been freaking awesome. Like, it's one of the best shows on the East Coast, hands down. If you ever had the chance to go, please go and do it. It is amazing. But in the last video we put on the silver coilovers because our front right shock blew, so that was part one of preparing for Slammedenuff Gatlinburg. This is going to be a dedicated video to it, and also a lot of things that you could do just to make your 370Z look a lot better, or any car for that matter. So first thing on the list is we have some new headlight bulbs, and actually a company sent me these Auxito on Amazon, so I'm going to be testing them out, giving you guys my review on them. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Second, we're going to be rolling our front fenders because we got some wedge Sunburst 2s that we need to get fitted. So we need to roll them fenders to make sure that those fit a lot better. Been rubbing a lot, just want to make sure that it's all good to go. Next, we're going to be doing a one-stage correction on the car. It doesn't look bad, but there's some little minor scratches that I'd like to get out with just like kind of like a 2-in-1 type deal. It shouldn't take that long. Kind of just do a 2-in-1 and then throw some kind of like spray ceramic on it. Secondly, I'm also going to be cleaning the headlights. These things, if you own a 370Z, you already know these are evil. Mine are starting to haze. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but they're hazing over the top right here and even on the front. They're not super yellow yet, but I can tell, and I just like it. Those are the main things that we're going to be doing on the Z in this video. First things up, we're going to be checking out the headlights from Auxito though. Some gloves to install. Okay, that's interesting. Very different, never seen that before. And here are the LED bulbs. For the 370Z, they are D2S is what they're called. It shouldn't be that hard. So this is what they look like. Pretty quality product. They feel good. It's got the little fan on the back. It'll focus. Yeah, they look good. I had them on my last car, not Auxito, but I put headlights on my last car, and it was pretty easy. And Anna's car was easy. You could just go in from the top, and there was room for your hand to just stick it in there, unplug it, plug it back in. But for this car, we're going to be taking out the fender liner. Mine's a little bit chewed up. I have all my clips in my fender liner, so basically this clip right here for me, and there's going to be a couple up top for you, and I believe there's one over there on that side that's typically there. And I also have a V1 Nismo front bumper with the undershroud, so this part right here might look different. You might have clips right here, but I don't. It kind of just tucks behind the undershroud. So I'm gonna just pretty much take that clip out and pull the fender liner out. We've got full access to the headlight lens. This is the back right here. This is basically what you're gonna twist out. Definitely don't need to take out your entire fender liner. You can probably just take out some of the top clips and then just bend it down so you have access to it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna twist this to the left, and that should just pop right off. This piece right here, you're just gonna twist it to the left just a little bit and it'll fall off. Then you'll have these two prongs, and these two prongs, you basically bend them in and pull it over this little metal tab right here. It's pretty easy. It kind of hurts your finger a little bit, but you just kind of bend it in and then pull it forward, and it kind of like removes it, and it allows you to pull the headlight bulb out like this. Honestly, these 370Z headlights work good, but this will be a nice upgrade. Looks very sick. Epic fan on the back. As long as it fits, we'll be good to go. This right here, this big fan is huge, so it was really hard to get the clamp around it, but you kind of just got to line it up right and then grab this clamp and force it around the giant fan, and it should work fine. And then plug in the connector, and the connector I'm going to tuck it up in here, but I'm going to test the light first. These things are super bright. As you can see, I have the yellowing in my headlights, forget about that. But they work pretty well. That's the right side. I know my Expedition is in the way, but it looks really good. They're about the same color. I'd say this is a little bit more white and that has a little bit more yellow in it, so it looks great. The high beams do work, so I'm going to go ahead and install this driver side and we'll be done. If you are going to go with the Auxito bulbs or any style that is similar, definitely what I had to do was the big silver cube. I pushed it on top and then plugged in that on top and then put in the bulb. That's the only way for it to fit. And honestly, it might be a little sideways, I can't tell, but it's snug in there, it's fitting, and it looks straight up and down. Oh. It's snug, it's fitting, so it should be good. And if it's not, then I don't know. Got the bulbs installed. They look great. They're really bright. Mine were the 6K. D2S is for the 370Z. The only problem was fitting the that silver block and the power supply, fitting it all in the headlight housing, because you have to fit it all in there to put the weather seal back on. That was the only hard part. Not really on Auxito's side, like that's not their fault. That's just kind of how those bulbs are. I would highly recommend them even if you don't have a 370Z. I'm sure they have like H7, H11. I'm sure they've got your size. 80 bucks. I'm gonna leave a link down below to them. Really good quality. So if you guys want to check them out, link in the description. Next up on the list for getting the car prepped for Gatlinburg, we got to roll these fenders. So step one was taking the fender liner out. In the last clip, we already did that because we had to change our headlight bulbs. But now we need to get this backside out. And after that, I'll show you guys what we're going to be doing to roll these fenders. So guys, here's our fender roller right here. Basically a bunch of them. They're all the same, I believe. But this one was about $70. So, but me and a buddy split it. Basically, as far as I'm aware, you're supposed to just heat the top of your fender like this, and then heat the bottom of it. So I'll be honest with you, I've never done this before. So I probably wouldn't take my advice. Might mess my stuff up, but we're gonna attempt it. Just a little bit. I just need just a little bit like pushed up, so that way we don't rub. So let's get after it. Just get a heat gun. I have a really old one, but whatever works. And you just kind of heat it up on the inside, and you can kind of feel it starting to heat up. And once it's like kind of hot to the touch, just take this, and then once it's just barely touching, then you just roll it. Go through a couple passes, and then once you see it'll start moving just a little bit. And then if it starts getting cool, heat it up again, and then just move this one, you rotate it to the left, and it pulls it forward. So it's pretty simple. It wasn't too hard. I only did like very, very, very little. I was just trying to get the very inside tabs to be up just a little bit more, because that's where the metal was being shaved away. You could kind of see it up in there, where the metal was kind of like disappeared off of this thing. So now on to the next side. Fender liners are back in, so now it is time to drop this car back on the ground. Fenders slightly rolled, slightly pushed in a little bit more. New silvers, coilovers, and new headlights. Let's check it out. Really forgot to film a clip yesterday. That's my fault. But put the wheels on. Car looks great. The rear sits just slightly higher than it used to, or like literally like just a little bit. But besides that, everything looks great. I test drove it. Everything sounds fine. No weird sounds. No rubbing issues in the front, actually. I think our fender roll plus the heavier spring rates up front worked great. So now we're gonna do the final touches. We're kind of done with all the mechanical work. I think I'm gonna change the transmission fluid, but that's besides the point. We're gonna clean up this paint just a little bit. I'm gonna do a one stage. I'm gonna clean up these yellow headlights because 370Zs are known for them yellow headlights. And then we're gonna give the interior a crazy detail with some new like plastic trim restore, make it look super nice, make all the plastic look good. And she'll be ready for Gatlinburg. So this kit right here by 3M, I think is one of the best kits that you can buy for restoring your headlights. It comes with a disc. So you attach it to your drill, and it comes with a bunch of different sanding pads, and it comes with some clear coat. Does really good. Some of them you want to stay away from, but most headlight kits, it's more about their clear coat rather than what sandpaper it comes with, because the sandpaper and the prep work is all pretty much the same. What's different is going to be that brand's, clear coat. One, tape. After you have taped off your headlight so you don't cut your paint. Next up, you basically wet sand your headlight in stages. So you start with the hardest grip. We got 500, then 800, and this one comes with a 3000 tri-zinc pad, and then you clear coat it. It's that simple. It comes with one of these. You basically just put it on your drill, and that way you don't have to use your hand. You can just kind of use it, use the drill. It's a little bit faster. You can totally just use these, use your hand, just kind of hold it like this and do it like that as well if you don't have a drill. But if you don't have a drill, I suggest getting a kit that doesn't require a drill, because there are some that come with like a little handheld specific thing, so that way those without a drill can still do it. We have fully sanded down the headlights with the 500 and then the 800 and then the tri-zinc pad. So the tri-zinc pad is kind of like a polish, not really a polish, but it kind of gets a little bit of the haziness out before you apply the clear coat. So it's dark, and on camera it looks very light, but I can't really see anything. And also I want the area around the headlights to dry, because you don't want to get the clear coat wet. So I'm gonna let the headlights dry, and I'm actually gonna apply the clear coat in the morning. So I'll see you guys then. It is the next day, and our headlight it's hazy, but it's not yellow. So that's what you want. It's okay if it's hazy, but you just don't want it to be yellow. But the last step is clear coat. So this 3M kit specifically comes with wipies. I know that people do, they'll spray clear coat on it, but these with the kit come with a little wipe. So you just throw on a glove and wipe the clear coat on. Here is our pretty much finished headlight. Looks very nice, very shiny. Just wipe the clear coat on, as you can see, looks great. And here's our before. Here's our very yellow hazy headlight. And this is the new one. So it's literally that easy, guys. So clean headlights, we got clean wheels, fresh suspension. Last on the list to make this car ready for Gatlinburg is the paint. On camera. Put it on your rag, your microfiber. Take your spot, and you just kind of spread it in, and then rub it around. And now, I don't know how long this is supposed to last, to be honest with you. I'd probably say like 6 months, maybe. But it looks kind of glossy, but it's really not. It's not sticky. It's not, weird. It doesn't make your car have that like weird texture where stuff like catches on it. Like it doesn't catch like a bunch of fuzzies. It kind of just gives it a coating on it, and it's pretty good. So that's pretty much all it is to using this stuff. I think it can pretty much bring any like old car interior back and make it look really good.